Guys, there is so much to share today, I don't even know where to start. And today, we have a lot to cover, so sit back, relax, and don't touch that dial. XRP has been in the spotlight ever since its bullish trend started, and now everyone has just realized the potential that this coin has. The future is bright for my XRP holders, gang, and trust me, this coin's journey to the top has only just begun. Stick around as we break down some of the current events happening with XRP and what that all means. Hi guys, and welcome to Moneyside, your favorite crypto channel. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you get updates when we drop new videos. To my Moneyside gang, welcome back. Don't forget to smash that like button and comment in the section below. To get this ship started, here's a tweet from Reborn13 which states, "The crypto market is ruthless. It will test you over and over and over again on a deep emotional level. Unlike anything else, you buy, the coin dumps. You sell, the coin pumps. How you react is everything. Every lesson comes at a cost, so how much are you willing to pay?" That's very insightful, and this message goes directly to my crypto traders out there. If you don't get it right, you will likely pay a heavy price for lessons learned. That's where most beginners abandon ship and sell their cryptos only to find out they should have waited a bit longer and the coin will eventually moon. In particular, XRP has a strong bearish movement for a while, and everyone thought it's the end of this coin. But like the rising phoenix, XRP recovered beautifully, and now it's on its way to the top. Ripple XRP pinned this message on top of his Twitter page, and it shows that this coin will likely get to $1,000 or even higher. The tweet says, "XRP will never reach $1. White heavy checkmark. XRP will never reach $10. Negative squared cross mark. XRP will never reach $100. Negative squared cross mark. XRP will never reach $1,000. Negative squared cross mark. Haters gonna hate. Let's see who is going to win." The first step was to break the dollar barrier, and this coin has done that. The next objective is to get to that $10 mark. Before XRP surpassed the dollar mark, crypto enthusiasts predicted this coin's death, and XRP went on to prove them wrong. This coin has been battling its way to the top from the minute it launched, and it's not about to change now. Speaking of challenges, we should take a look at what is happening with the current court case against XRP. There's this interesting picture that was posted on coinquora.com that questions, is the SEC trying to scam Ripple? The article reads, "The shorter answer to this question is no. The Ripple SEC lawsuit is not over yet. However, the lawsuit is still in progress as the crypto community, especially Ripple customers, keep counting days as to which the lawsuit will end." Based on the current status of the ongoing Ripple lawsuit, the judges in charge of the lawsuit have given an additional 60 days period purposely for fact recovery. Concerning this decision, this extension has rearranged the timeline of the lawsuit. In particular, the judge's extension also includes the deadline to conduct a legitimate fact discovery. Moreover, the judge's ruling has also pushed the duration to finish fact discovery collection to August 31st, 2021. Finally, despite the 60 days extension, Judge Sarah Netburn has also scheduled an expert discovery action time to October 15th, 2021. Following the U.S. SEC lawsuit filing against Ripple in December, Ripple has never remained silent even a single day on the SEC's allegation. With this said, Ripple keeps defending itself to the max to prove the SEC allegation wrong. Regarding Ripple's continuous action toward the SEC allegation, the company has held their evidence tight on the matter. Prior, Ripple first filed a FOIA request to the SEC to acquire information from the Commission related to Bitcoin and Ethereum. Ripple filed the letter mainly to obtain several different internal documents about the SEC stance, as its claim Ripple is not securities. To defend its stance, Ripple even made an open emphasis specifically between Ethereum and its native token, XRP. The Ripple emphasis was precisely about Ethereum's pre-mined phase and the initial sale or fundraising effort. However, Ripple made this comparison for the crypto industry to know that it is also a securities token like others. On the other hand, the never-ending fight between the SEC and XRP, along with the new allegation of SEC against XRP, creates a real mess. As a result, people are now confused about whether the SEC is just scamming XRP or not. Nevertheless, we never know which one is true or not until it's proven. This means we really have to wait for the final judgment of the authorities. People are wondering about the end of the Ripple SEC lawsuit, but it seems the lawsuit never stops. As said above, the deadline of the expert recovery phase has been extended to October 15, 2021 by Judge Sarah Netburn. This clearly shows that the lawsuit will still be in progress for 2 more months before it presumably ends. There seems to be more anxiety among people in the crypto space due to the new time frame given. Also, XRP holders never stop counting days when this lawsuit is going over. With that said, the XRP community is eagerly awaiting to see Ripple victory against the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. Another article that's also worth mentioning talks about what is next in the agenda regarding this case. James K. Filan, a Connecticut-based defense lawyer and former federal prosecutor who has a very active presence within the XRP community, has shared a summary of upcoming events and outstanding items in the SEC v. Ripple lawsuit. According to the document published on Twitter, Ripple's response to the SEC's emergency motion for a discovery conference regarding Slack communications and any motion to seal exhibits filed with that motion is due on August 16, 2021. The following day, August 17th, the SEC will respond to Ripple's motion for a discovery conference regarding the SEC's improper assertion of the deliberative process privilege and any motion to seal exhibits filed with that motion. The fact discovery deadline is August 31st, and the expert discovery deadline is October 31st. Mr. Filan added that a list of pending decisions which regard the following: whether the court will hold a telephone conference to discuss the discovery disputes regarding the deliberative process privilege and the Slack communications, the motion to intervene, the SEC's motion to strike Ripple's lack of due process and fair notice affirmative defense, the individual defendants' motions to dismiss the SEC's first amended complaint. The court has not scheduled any argument dates regarding the motion to intervene, the motions to dismiss, or the motion to strike. The fact discovery deadline is October 31st, and the court is likely to stay busy up until the end of the month, as both parties seem to be withholding relevant documents from one another. The SEC wants to compel Ripple to hand over terabytes of Slack messages that could be critical to the agency's case that XRP was marketed as a security. Ripple, on the other hand, has grown frustrated with the plaintiff's use of the privilege principle to keep most documentation unavailable to the defendants. The court will hear the views of both parties to make a ruling on that matter. Judge Sarah Netburn asked the defendants to write a 15-page monster brief, which seems it will include parts of the William Henman deposition transcript. Outside the court, Ripple continues expanding its footprint in the Asia-Pacific region, APAC, while the uncertainty over the legal status of XRP in the United States poses a regulatory minefield for the firm. The company has just announced the enhancement of the South Korea-Thailand corridor for remittances. In the meantime, SEC Chair Gary Gensler seems to be claiming the oversight of cryptocurrency trading in its entirety for the agency, while not showing signs of stepping away from the current regulation through enforcement practice. His letter to Senator Elizabeth Warren also states the Howey test works for crypto assets. The good thing is that Ripple is already working to solidify its partnerships with the world central banks. That means, if anything, Ripple will only have to change how it presents itself in the U.S. or just go with the settlement plan. Hopefully, this lawsuit will wrap up soon and we can witness this coin's price move to the moon. Once more, Ripple uses XRP as on-demand liquidity, which means it will have a real-life use. That said, time now to take a look at the price action of XRP. Now we are looking at the daily chart, guys. Buy at green support entry. If it breaks by minus 35 pips, count it out, then enter a sell and ride to TP 1, 2, and 3. Trail stop at each TP, which means place your stop loss in profit, but with enough room to be able to continue the sell if it continues. The same thing at resistance. Sell, but if broken by 35 pips, then enter the buy and ride to TP1. Each TP is a support or resistance zone, so you could then even take a sell after TP1 for the buys have been hit, and if it breaks out, then just repeat. I expect XRP to run much higher by the end of the year, but the short-term target takes us up to $2.32, which would mark a new high on the year as well. If we can make a new high, I would expect XRP to continue to run. As always, do your research and trade safely, guys. Please keep in mind we're not a licensed financial advisor. All videos on this channel are intended for entertainment purposes only. Tell us what you think in the comment section below, and let's have a conversation. Thank you as always for watching. I appreciate you. Don't forget to like this video and to click on that subscribe button below. Turn on notifications, that way you get informed whenever we post our amazing content. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next video.